Okay, fellas, I said I'll be back in a while in my last live broadcast. And I'm going to let you guys listen to Karen Lee Potter's, she did a show yesterday, live broadcast on Does Negging Work? Do women like men who put them down a notch? And I'm actually not at the beginning of them at 26 minutes because I left a few comments on there, and I'm actually trying to see if I went and took a shower. And well, let me show you something. There's not a good photo or photograph of her or image of her, but I noticed something and I made a comment on it. And what do you guys notice? What draws your eye? Think about it. What draws your eye to her? Those of you guys who have the ability to see, you'll get the right answer. Because women are very clever at distraction and moving your eyeball around on what they want you to notice about them. And she has something that she wants you to notice. So what do you see? Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our show, because I don't want to, without her permission, I don't want to take her video from her. But I can do the audio. So let's listen in. She seems to attract also creepy men. Never realized there's so many creepy fucks online. There are guys that ask her, can you show your tits? And weird shit like that. Weirdos. And I wonder how many weirdos watch my show. That Russian guy that came in to my live broadcast talking about, is he gay if he watches she-male porn? Also, I've been getting trolled by some Russian dude. And all he does is use, he has a Russian keyboard, so he leaves his name in Russian and does some image thing where it comes out big letters, SEX. He knows all of my channels, the ones that I've talked about. That's how close the guy follows me. I think he's the guy that came into the show. I just wish I could remember his screen name. Let's continue though. Let's listen in on Karen Lee Potter's show. Now, I know that I'm dealing with young fucks, and I hate young fucks that make ignorant ass comments. Well, I wouldn't date her. She's too old for me. You do that, I ban you. I'll ban you so fucking fast. I don't do immature bitch ass shit here, especially from you black dudes.
One girl that's ever said, "Ooh, this guy's an asshole," and that he's good at bed. Good assholes usually are narcissistic and they don't care about pleasing anybody but themselves. Most women think good at bed means they're pleasing me. That's you know. If I'm with a guy and he's working in his damnedest to get me off, that's a guy who's good at bed. Not the guy who's like, oh, I'm so fucking hot, I can nag a really good looking girl. I'm just gonna, pump one into her, and then guess what? I'm gonna be their ex-boyfriend.
See, that's what I believe also. That's why I tell you guys, learn to make women come. Yeah, I worked hard. I told you, I got tired of being a good sex toy. That's why I started demanding more. I started demanding they bring something to my table, like, bring me dinner. If I'm going to be fucking the shit out of you, you got to bring something to the table. If you're going to be screaming your head off and coming a bunch of times you can't come anymore, bring something to the table. And it's well worth it. It's well worth a meal, for sure. If they're so I actually haven't ran into anybody like that. The females, like when I started doing that, they always bought something. So I haven't had a problem with that. Let's continue.
Carrying a special woman? No, all women are like this. All women are special. I've got 2 other women here already, and the maid who agree with me as well. We're not special. We're normal women. We just want you guys to realize that you're special too. Guys are special.
Good message.
And
guys are special.
God, I hate that number system. I do too.
That was me.
The only reason I use it is I want to impress upon you that if you rate yourself low.
I said, God, I hate that numbering system, because he was talking about the numbering system, and another guy was mentioning it, and I said, God, I hate that numbering system. So she's commenting on my comment and why she uses it.
You have to do things to better yourself. If you rate yourself on a physical level as a 1, 2, or 3, what can you do to get yourself mentally? It's all in your head, higher than that. Can you do something to make yourself look better? Can you work out? Can you eat better? Mentally, can you go get a therapist that can help you figure stuff out? What do you guys, why do you think so low about yourself? Fix your self-esteem. That is basically why I use the number system. It's not like to actually rate like someone. I mean, it's basically saying I'm a loser and I'm going after the most popular girl on the cheerleading team. I mean, I don't know. Bryson said, I like the fact that I'm a bit of a nerd. It shows that I want to learn more about different things. Bryson, you are going to be the most popular guy at the prom. If there was a prom for guys in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? Bryson's absolutely right.
She has that, I think she's Jewish. She has that Jewish sounding accent. If there is an accent to describe Jewish women. They normally speak from their nasal. They're very nasally. Now, don't come after me. I'm not anti-Semitic. I just happen to notice things. She probably could be English descent for all I know, but she sounds like she's maybe her friends or something, but she sounds like that. She has nice dark eyes.
It's a job to feel women comfortable. Mr. Payment, this is the best show, Karen. I love it. Thank you, Mr. Payment.
Nice smile. Her eyes light up. Her smiles are genuine. She's cutting half her head off in her shows, it looks like. Let me see if it's me. Nope, top of her head's cut off. She's got to learn about camera placement. You got 3/4 of a head. You're a quarter head. I guess I need to invest some time into looking into Patreon.
I want to be your boyfriend, please, please, please. And again, because you said please, please, please. Okay, I'll get rid of him tomorrow.
But I'd just be disappointed, and it will just make me pissed off.
Oh shoot, it's time to go. Tomorrow's topic might be, I was online late last night on a wonderful woman's channel called it's Glamour Girl, Tiomi. She's amazing. She's so much self-confidence, unbelievable. And she had the same kind of stuff going on at her.
This is what during while I was taking my shower. Okay, so she missed my other statements and questions or whatever.
I mean, unbelievable. And I haven't even commented on any of the Instagram today. So if you guys are watching on Instagram and you're one of those guys that did the show me your tits, show me the this, know that it's all a bunch of garbage I'm going to look at. Let's see, Fabrice, one day we can talk to private and it wouldn't be that hard to boost your revenue. A lot of YouTubers that are on Patreon, it seems to be hitting off. Yeah, I mean, I have patrons on Patreon right now that are my favorite peeps, obviously.
Now, pay attention.
Fabrice, message me at Karen@KarenLakePorter.com. As long as you're not going to be filling on my inbox with requests for, a lot of guys ask for free advice, like I would say 20 to 30 people.
Those freebiers.
Me on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube asking me for advice. For free. Not one of them will join Patreon. So,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's not fair to me.
I guess every YouTube channel has those types.
May, I'm flirting with you. Do you want to chat in private?
See? Coming on to it. When I go to the black channels, like I go to Cynthia G and listen sometimes, and there's always these black dudes going, hey, love. Hey, queen. Hey, beautiful. Always pushing up on every bitch, every female they get around. They got to push up on them. What's wrong, brothers? You that insecure? You got to push up on every goddamn female that comes around you? Seriously? Hey, queen. Sorry to pick on you brothers out there, but goddamn, brothers. Like she's really going to like you? You're beautiful. What's up, Christopher? Sorry to pick on you brothers. From the Himalayas. Goddamn, brothers. You in the Himalayas right now? I thought you just flew American flights. Also, what up, player from the Himalayas? Wow. I've got to admire people that can actually get on a plane and fly somewhere. Anyways, let me get back to this.
Let's see. Mackie Mellis. Hi, Karen. We often talk about size and girth of the penis, but how about hardness? Let's talk about penis some other day. We're on negging today, and that's what we're
a lot of guys are so insecure, they want to ask her questions about their dicks. That's some insecurity right there. That person needs just to work on his confidence and have sexual confidence too. That's why you need to get my product. If you got a small dick, you need to get my book, my product, How to Make a Woman Come. It's not based on dick size.
Again, if you guys join my Patreon, I don't know how else to put it. I've pretty much done everything from enticing you with every sales technique I could think of, and it just doesn't work. So if you... Because
YouTube people don't want to pay for videos. They get free videos. That's why. I am watching people in the van dwelling community, their Patreons grow a lot, but because they really appreciate the videos. They want to get the extra footage and stuff like that. Like I watch Adventure Van Man. I'd love to get his raw footage because I love to see the countryside of America. And he chops it down and speeds it up. I'd love to see his videos on that if he had a Patreon account, but he doesn't, to my knowledge.
Check out my Patreon page and you like what you see. I definitely have stuff on there that you're not going to see on my YouTube channel. It's non-advertiser friendly. Apparently, I am non-advertiser friendly. Okay, I get 25,000 views a day, but I'm not advertiser friendly. What has our country turned into? Anyway, so that's it. I would love you guys to check out Sex Talk with My Mom, the podcast. If you like podcasts, she has a podcast she does with, I believe her son's a comedian, so she does a podcast show with her. Yeah, she's definitely Jewish. They own the entertainment industry. But anyways, she does a podcast show with her son, and they talk about all kinds of sex topics like blowjobs, everything. Don't say anything. It's odd to me. I'm not comfortable with that. I couldn't talk about that stuff with my mom. But hey, different strokes for different folks. Keep you entertained from driving from one end of the country to the other. There are so many good episodes there that I will make you laugh. I'll make you.
I've dated older women when I was younger, and the woman that was my back door to last year, she was older than I was. She was tiny like this also, actually smaller with hips. She was Brazilian. Anyways, there are some tiny girls that I actually would do. And I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it.
Cringe. You try to break down all the barriers of what a mom.
One thing I've had to adjust as being older, it'd be very frustrating if I notice every hot young girl that walk by. Oh God, I'm too old now. Now someone will say, "You're only as old as you feel." I said that when I was young, also to older guys. I didn't realize what an idiot I looked like to them. What a dumbass I looked like to them. If you don't get the hint there, you never will. But so I don't notice younger chicks anymore. I focused my attention 40 and up, the bomb types. It's interesting to make that change. Like I think about my dad who played at nightclubs. all of his adult life until he got too old to play. And then how he had to switch somewhere to the older clubs where the old folks went to. And that's what I think of when I think about the change in my life where, you know, I got to switch my attention to older women because I've gotten older. I've got the bags under the eyes. I've got the dark circles around the eye and on the bags, in other words, you know, not just the bags, but dark circles on the bags. The white hair, not gray. I don't have gray. My hair is fucking white. So gray, it turned white. Beard. And on the side, all she got to do is wake up the next morning and see the gray, the white coming out. When I was 42, I was with some, I pray she was 18. I live in this complex, and there was a chick two chicks live a couple doors down. And I'm living there with my boy Craig. And I think I told the story a lot before, but let me tell it again. She was black and Mexican, and I don't know how old she was. She was way under 21. I thought she was 18 because it was her aunt, but I don't know if it was her real aunt she was living with. I don't know the situation there. But anyways, she saw these women coming in my door. She saw all the drama going on. That's where the one girl, you know, kicked in my window. I was in there with the doctor girl. So after I got rid of her, I finished fucking the doctor, and then I made her come back and suck my dick. She saw that, and she wanted some of it. It was, I guess, a challenge to her ego. Anyways, I fucked her. A couple times. And I was pushing her roommate, supposedly her aunt, on my boy Craig. Because they started cooking for us. And we're two bachelor dudes, so you got some chicks cooking for you. And I'm telling Craig, you know, fuck her, man, come on. Keep the food coming. Because the food was coming. It's kind of funny, I'm acting like I'm 18 at 42, but, you know, I'm telling him, you know, fuck her for the food, man, shit. But he didn't want to get involved. I think he was in the transition period to the other side of the fence, because that's when we started having issues. And then after he moved to San Francisco and I moved to my place on V Street, I would have 3-hour arguments with him over homosexuality and try to pound his head, stay on the side of the fence. 3 hours every Sunday. Because he'd come up on the weekends, we'd go out to the club, and he stopped, you know, meeting women, and I, you know, had to pound him into his head, you know, argue how disgusting homosexuality was and trying to, you know, get him back to our side of the fence. Because I didn't want to go out with a homosexual male. And I warned him, you know, don't be looking at black dudes. I quit taking the black clubs too, or the strong minority clubs, because, you know, all it take was him looking at a man, looking down at his crotch, and then boom, that dude's gonna knock the shit out of him, and I got to get involved. You're not risking my life because you're switched that to the swishy side of the fence. So, anyways, it is what it is. Unfortunate. He goes, no, LOL. Christopher Williams says, no, LOL. I'm talking about you. Oh, okay. I'm back in Mexico, but I am headed to Dublin, Ireland next week for a few days for vacation and fun. Let me know how it is. It's not high on my list. Try to look up Michael Nolan, and brother, please slap the back of his head for me. If there was one head I wanted to chucklehead that I want to slap the shit out of, the back of his head, it's Michael Nolan. Okay? Then kick him with your pointy shoes up his ass. Let him know how it feels, because he's obsessed with anal sex. Let him know how it feels, man. So slap the back of his head and kick him with your pointy shoes. Put on your pointy shoes that come to a point and kick him in the back of the ass, man. Irish guys seem to be stubborn. Hello, the anal freak. Yeah, the anal freak, man. That's Michael Nolan. Shit. I watched in my earlier video, I was talking about, they have those shows. You know you're dating a blank when, And the Irish girl, she had a nice bottom. These girls seem to have small boobs. They pick ones, or at least the Czech girl and the Irish girl, and also the Canadian girl, smaller at top, but pear-shaped on the bottom. That's my type. Even though I said she's kind of sloppy for the Canadian chick, I actually saw some ab muscle coming through, so I misspoke there. Guys that are focused on shitty deals, like, you know, anal sex, that's just shitty. And yeah, I did it because I had some screws loose in my head. It showed that the girl was really down for me to take that level of pain from me. But it's not necessarily the best. It's a shitty proposition to them. You're dealing shit, packing shit, fudge packing, even with women. Mexico is a great place to live. It's cheaper. There's a brother who has a YouTube channel that lives in Mexico, and he talks about how, you know, how cheap it is. If it wasn't for all the bullshit going on down there, I wouldn't mind living there myself. Christopher says, yeah, anal is not really my thing. I agree. After all the years I've been doing it, it's not really my thing either. What turned me off was that Greek girl. That's all she wanted after a while. And yeah, I don't like dealing shit either. You know, I like get shit on my dick. A lot of girls, nothing. And these chicks that I was dealing with, you know, at that time they did a lot of aerobics, and I guess they only had a bowel movement every other day or something because they ate so little. And that's the dude that was here yesterday that's looking at she-males. Those are dudes. And dudes, we're full of shit, literally. I was at this club called Faces, and there were these two transsexuals. I used to go there outside this club called Faces. It was a gay place. They had a hot dog vendor. And of course, they sold footlongs. Only place in town to get foot-long hot dogs. It's ran by this fat, black, faggoty guy, gay dude. So after the club, whether I caught or not, I'd go by and get a hot dog to fuel myself up, or just to get something to eat. A lot of people, when they leave the clubs at 2 in the morning or 1:30 in the morning, they're hungry because you burned off a lot of calories dancing. So they would, Sacramento got smart, or people got smart, they would put up hot dog vendors. There's one on outside of Faces, and there's also one outside that cop. We have a cop bar next to the freeway. So only two in town. And the cop bar dude, they boil their hot dogs. I hate boiled hot dogs. The fag place, they grilled theirs. So I went to the fag place. And I heard these transsexuals talk about douching their ass. And when I got back to my place, I was telling my boy Craig about that. And his eyes lit up. And I was, fuck. That's when he was doing that whole switch thing. Now this motherfucker started douching his ass? Come on. That's the shit I've had to deal with in my life. Some bullshit. Non-player shit. Life can be a strange thing. Yeah, Mexico is fucking amazing. My main flaked out on me last night because she was on some other shit. I was pissed off, so I went to a bar last night, met another local, and had a one-night stand. Why a one-night stand? Why don't you add her to your team? Matthew Thomas, what's up? The one and only Honorable Supreme. How many business ideas should I focus on? 1 or 2? 1, Matthew. I've learned that the hard way over time, because when I was younger and I got nothing done. What business idea are you thinking about? And congratulations, you're one of the few people that listen to me that's actually listening to me. Make sure it's something that you enjoy. If you try to do, oh, I want to do repair computers, and you hate that, or you don't enjoy it, you know nothing about it, you're going to fail. Make it something that you're passionate about, because the other people will be passionate about it. I was watching I'm looking at a product on how to market yourself on Facebook, and the guy used cats. He actually, no, he used dogs. I'm thinking about cats. He recommended going into the pet niche. Now, he was doing it as a test assignment, a case study, and he picked some type of Yorkshire Terriers, the little white fluffy things, and he did the whole Facebook thing. There are people who have those same dogs, and they're passionate about their dogs. So he's going to make money in that niche. But try to pick something that you're really passionate about, because other people will be passionate about the same thing. And the goal, as Anthony Robbins said, is take what you love to do and find a way to help others who love the same thing on a mass scale. And that's perfect for the internet. If you like reading sci-fi books like I used to, start a sci-fi book channel. Because there are others that love sci-fi. That makes sense. Make sure your idea, as I'm trying to say, is around something you're passionate about. Okay. Christopher Williams, yeah, I'm definitely going to add her to the team, but she was tipsy last night, so I have to get more of a life story. Yeah, I don't like tipsy fucks. I avoid tipsy women. You know how it is in America here. You know, you might catch a case, but for me, it's not. I didn't even think about to catch a case back then. It's just that I want a woman to feel everything that I'm going to do to her. I noticed that when because I had learned this hard way, when they're tipsy, some of them cannot feel their orgasms, or they can't feel enough to feel an orgasm. They're too numb. Greetings, Kartik. And I want her to blow out nuts. I had that with this one chick that I think I showed your photograph. She's laying on the bed going like this. She had actually got a little bit too tipsy, but she was able to squirt. The second time I had sex with her. The first time, I couldn't get her off. She had had too much to drink. So she was on her back. I stuck in her ass and busted mine. I didn't know if she was on the pill or not. I don't think I even had a condom. This is going back in time. No, I did have a condom, but I still stuck in her butt. Her lesson for being too tipsy. Let's see. Back to business. I love talking about business. There's a good book by Slutsky called Guerrilla Marketing. And that's a great way to market yourself. I want to put out a product for trainers on how to market themselves, because that's one of the things I learned as a personal trainer, how to market myself. And let me tell you that one of the biggest secrets is if you can go around to like spas and hair salons and organize lectures for their clients, you'll have a big sign-up list real fast. Organize like how to lose weight in 30 days. These are topics. How to build round buns. That's one of the things that, these women are into vanity. They're into their looks, and they really care about how they look. That's one of the best marketing places you can go to is hair salons, nail salons, and spas, and organize lectures. So like on a Sunday, if they're closed on Sunday or Monday, they can gather all the people, as many people that can get in the door, and you can deliver a lecture. I've actually done that and got so many interested clients after that. I was actually full at the time. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I had like 37 clients. Matthew Thomas, I want to build some type of service app. I have a deep passion for history, especially stuff about modern history. I want to write an ebook maybe in the future for students, or make some type of app. Sound like you're not focused enough because you said some type of app. You want to know what type of app, what market you want to get into. I want ownership. Unfortunately, Matthew, you sound unfocused. But at least you're on the path. Now the goal is to narrow in on what you really want to do, not some type of app. Pick a niche where you can help people with your app and get into it. Don't say app or write an ebook. Pick one, okay? Otherwise, you'll never get there. I'm a prime example of that. Chris James, what's up? He says, pick one thing and get it done first. Yes. He goes, I don't give a damn about the money too much. I just want to build my own shit. That type ends up never making money either. You should actually care about the dough, but you want to follow something that you're passionate about. You can do what you love and still make money. What's up, Chris? Okay, it's okay to make money about a subject you're passionate about. That took me a while to learn as well. When I first started giving people advice on forums, I felt awkward getting paid to do that. When I opened up my first paid, I'm the first person to open a paid forum in this niche, and also the first person to do a podcast show. But I took my skills, everything I've learned to do, and I apply them to my business. The only thing I haven't done is really a lot of marketing. On my last channel, sure, I marketed my videos. I was on page 1 of most of my subjects. And I just haven't had the desire or energy to reduplicate 8 years of work. I urge you to narrow it down. And the internet is one of the best places to do it. Ebooks are kind of like a thing of the past now. I actually just got one on Facebook marketing. A lot of people think I'm full of shit, I think. Maybe it's just me. So I'm reading this. Oh, Martin Luther King. That's very true. Martin Luther King's trying to get you to take the first step on a journey. Anyways, this guy has a new way of targeting. Not a new way, but he's combined different targeting techniques that I'm trying to learn. So far, my Facebook advertising has flopped, which is fine because I've in 2 days, I'm testing. So I know that the first one isn't pulling well. That's what this tells me. Look at the difference. This is the response. Actually, not flopping. It's not doing as well as I want to. And this is the response. They'd watch more than 3 seconds of the videos. So we got, I think you got to click here or here. Let me try clicking here. One more just got added. You saw that? This is what I paid so far in 2 days. There's a way you can, no. I got to figure it out. I was watching another guy's video. He showed me how to get in there and see who watched 50%. And that's my market of people who watch 50% and more. So I can do what's called retargeting. So those people who watch 50% more of my 30-second video. Now I don't want to show the page. Not to this market, sorry, not you guys. To watch more than 30 seconds of the video that I can retarget ads to them. But I'm learning. I'm moving forward. I said my goal is getting to fitness, and I'm moving forward in one direction, one product, one idea. Chris James has a question. Hey, player, how do you build your cardio capacity for teaching aerobics at high level? Was it from dance? No. In dance, you stop too much. You got to get in there and do the damn thing. I'm fortunate that when I started teaching aerobics, I was teaching something called heavy hands aerobics. I'll have to find my old marketing stuff. There was a company that saw me, and I was part of their marketing material for heavy hands. If you Google heavy hands, it was trademarked. Let's see. Yeah, here they are. Let me go to images. In order to finish a goddamn statement, I always do this, show you what I'm talking about. So I taught aerobics like this. These big ass, what? They went up to like, I think 15s. I didn't recommend that for my people. I prefer them stay small. These are the original color that I used. I did, I think, 5 pounds, which was excessive. But I taught boxing and martial art moves and combined with aerobic moves like high kicks, where you kick your leg up and put your arms at lateral and you force them down below your leg. It's kicking. And of course, you got to keep your leg perfectly straight and get your leg up to your shoulders. That's what I did. And it built my heart, so I have a large heart now. The heart muscle used to be really, really strong. But you got to get in there and do the damn thing to train for cardio. It's like if you want to run a marathon, you got to practice running. For teaching aerobics at high school level. I didn't teach aerobics at high schools, but I taught a dance class at a couple high schools in Sacramento. But you got to, I didn't know you were a school teacher. You've got to get in there and just keep doing the thing till your cardiovascular builds. Start going to classes. I taught a bunch of classes that I think it was up to like 14 a week. That's why I weighed 100. I was about 159 or 100. Actually, I was down 158 one time. I was bone thin. It wasn't until I stopped teaching so much that I was able to gain the weight to be 165. Christopher, yeah, Matthew, just stay focused, go after it. I used to try so many things at one time until I really focused on doing one thing until that one was completed and then move on to the next. Chris James, basically, how did you get your cardio good before you taught your very first class? It wasn't. It wasn't very good. And I taught my class at my own level. I knew when I was getting winded, so I didn't do routines back then. I just started one move, and then I would add leaps to it. When that got too hard to do this movement, I'd go down. Then I would make it softer at my own level because I knew the people behind me were dying anyway. So eventually I got to where my heart grew, my cardiovascular grew, so my classes got harder and harder. As I grew stronger, I made my classes hard. So I honestly, as a professional, I had the hardest class in town because we had weights in our hands. So I had people come from all over Sacramento to take that class. I was the only person in Sacramento that was teaching as well. That's why I got up on, when we had national conventions, I was there to demonstrate heavy hands classes. That's why I was on this company's brochures. I'll have to find that and show you guys one day how skinny I truly was. Are you looking to get into teaching aerobic classes or something like that there, Chris? Teaching aerobics, you got to become a good motivator. You got to learn to feel energy, like class energy. The class has an energy itself. When you walk in, you can feel it. If a bunch of people in a bad mood, then about the entire vibration down, and you got to take that and bring everybody's energy up. You're welcome, Matthew. Because you want people to have fun in your class as well. You want them to enjoy it. Now, my type of fun, I'm a type A. All right, no, I'm not type A anymore. I was a type A. So everything, I still am kind of type A because I trained to exhaustion. And that's how I did my aerobics class. And I attracted other type A's. I didn't attract type B's who wanted a good workout, but they didn't want to break them and tear themselves up. I attracted alpha males, females and males. They call it type A mentality. And the people with that potential or who admire that and want to be like that, they showed up in my classes. But you got to learn to motivate people. Okay, the motivation for me was back then was getting to the point where your heart's ready to explode. And other people that like that stimulation, that was motivation. But then as I slowed down, I'd learn the vocal stuff, like making, sounds like, ooh, ooh, come on, get it done, come on, shit like that. And I'd get up in people's faces, both when I was doing just the high intensity stuff and when I started slowing it down. And I started talking to people more in class. Chris, hello, Storm, hello, sir, hello, guys. How's it going? It's going good. Chris, how you doing, man? Chris Wood says, skinnier than me? LOL. Yes, I was. Hold on. I can't find my dad's glasses. It's the only thing I have left of my dad. Wow. Another time. You're a player when you have, these are all cards from women. Women love to give out cards. when women start giving you cards, they're in love, and I'm looking for some photos of myself during that time period. And this is just my card box. I'll have to ask Jovina where she put my photos from my youth. Jovina's dressing tips, part 2. What the hell is this? Hold on. Nope, nothing in there. Maybe this is the box. That box is full of cards. And there's more cards in here. Nope, no photos. Fuck. I think she thinks I should have gotten rid of those photos and put them in a box somewhere. Such a minimalist, she moves shit around. No, I don't know where it is. Oh well, sorry. Next time I'll show you guys. I'll have my the photos I used when I was doing modeling for the sports industry and shit like that. I weighed back then. I think I barely weighed 165 pounds. I just stopped teaching aerobics in order to gain some weight. Was just wondering how you went from a newbie aerobics teacher to the level where you had the hardest class around. Yeah, it was over time. And also the popularity. Fuck, it's a black guy. Actually, I don't think that's him because that's not him. It's a black guy. He misspelled his name, and he also has a third channel. This is Alpha Dude. More like it's Alpha Dude. Yep. You're not fooling me, Alpha Dude. And it's shitty to impersonate someone else. Okay? By the way, also, black folks know that we don't lose testosterone as we get older. It's white males that do that. And I don't know about your race, Japanese. You probably never had none to begin with. So, bye-bye. Nice try. Here's a black guy who hasn't been in. I don't think he would stoop to that level. After you've been banned, coming back in, I don't know. As a teacher, I grew. I started watching other teachers that were successful and popular, started mimicking them. It was teaching with the heavy hands that made my cardiovascular grow. I'd go to other people's classes and just wipe them out. I even had a competition class between, I set my 2 girls up, Susie and Susan. To teach Susie a lesson, I punished her. She taught, we all taught at a place called, fuck, it's such a long time ago. Well, we taught at this other club, and then we taught at the club I started with, Kinetics Fitness. And myself and Susan, she was so angry and hurt by that, we represented Kinetics, and her and this other guy, I think it was Jim Smell My Ass, or he was a Greek guy. He had those Greek names, Smellus, something like that. We nicknamed him Smell My Ass. Good-looking Greek guy. Girls loved him, and my girl Susan thought he was just a pretty boy. Anyway, they represent the other side, and we had a competition who the toughest. And my people, we wiped the floor with those people. Ah, yes. Hold on. I think I know where some of these photos are, but I might not be able to access it from this laptop. Yeah, I don't remember my login for Photo Bucket. I did several different accounts. Yep. Nah, fuck it. Ah, here he is. See, I told you, fellas, it was him. No, Grease didn't abandon me. He was just on the call the other day. Sorry. He's going through some shit right now. He's just tired of the internet. Too much negativity. So he's taking a break. Okay? You misspelled nigger also. You're so stupid you can't even spell the word right. That's a country in Africa, also a river. You notice how I knew who that was, fellas? He's trying to get away with shit. Now, who puts that puppy dog face up? Truly Alpha is obsessed. He's broken down to just being obsessed. He's broken down to just being a troll now. I agree. Chris says, dude, grow up. His girlfriend cheated on him because he has no life and no goals. There's probably a lot of reasons why he's cheated on him. You know, he's Japanese, dyed his hair blonde. I'm not a fan of that. He's like one of those Asians that want to be white and not happy in his own skin. So that comes with a whole load of shit. Surprised he even had a girl that he was seeing. He's probably giving her money and shit, paying for shit, and that's why she was using them. She got tired of using them, and she had all these other dudes. And he just realized she was probably pimping out a whole bunch of dudes. But to blame me for his girl cheating, who does that? Because he thinks, because he started ordering her telling her what to do, you know. Like I said to you guys, you got to become more assertive in your life. Take control of your women. He must have been so far down on the masculine scale in his relationship with her. He tried to flip the script, and she probably punked him out. As far as her cheating, she'd been doing that for a long time. She just suddenly start cheating. But this idiot can't accept the truth. So he has to blame someone else. Because that's what weak feminine males do. They blame others. Like what they're trying to do in the Black conscious community. It was your generation's fault, as the black guy said, on your watch. I'm trying to figure out what watch? Nobody told us we had to be on a watch. The problem is this, it doesn't take too long to create a new channel like he's doing, but he's got to put that photo up there. What's funny is he tries to go by Truly Alpha, and dude, you're Japanese. You're not like the old school Japanese when I was there. The current Japanese, many of them are anime driven. And in anime, it's women. He has the bad programming from that. And he's trying to run around calling himself Truly Alpha. Then he's got a Chinese guy's photo in his avatar there. He's Japanese. His avatar is Chinese. If I was Chinese, I'd say something to him. Those two groups didn't get along. The alphas of Japan, I think, are a thing of the past. You know, one time, you know, little bitty Japan conquered China, big ass China. And those guys, those hard asses are gone. These new, what they call them herbs. They're dominant to the point where Japanese are not even having sex. They have these bordellos, these doll bordellos they go to, which I think is better, at least better than the animal sex bordellos in Europe, but it's still creepy. I mean, they'll put whatever face you want on, like you want Marilyn Monroe, they'll change the head. If you want Courtney Cox, they'll put on a Courtney Cox head. I bet you they don't have any Japanese or very few Japanese heads. They're white women. And in Asian countries, having a white woman is considered a sign of basically, you know, you're way up there. A lot of women have disappeared into the Asian countries in the sex trade or slave trade stuff. White women, blondes. One of my clients, I just did a video on her. She's an older woman working out, and she's blonde, and she's tall. So she talked about how she had to be very careful when she goes to some of the countries over there. No offense to any real person who's Asian, not this fake Japanese dude. He's an embarrassment to the race. Right, boy-san? Bakaro. I'm embarrassed for him. He's getting to the point where he's becoming like that hapa. That means that refers to half white. Asians are the dominant race. We will rise, pussy fuck. Right now, the only dominant Asian race are the Chinese, because there's 4 billion. And aggressive-wise, it's North Koreans. He's now coming in as Greece. See how long it takes him to make a new channel? I don't know what happened with, hey, it's a black guy, Dominic. I put out a video about emotional he bitches, and I said this. I've said it for years, though. I don't know why he said he took offense to it. I've said this shit for years, that your generation has been pussified. And I've talked about that shit before. There's a concerted effort to make black males homosexuals, but there's also many of the males are feminine. You know, not just being raised by single-parent mothers, but also other forces going in to make you guys more feminine. It's suddenly you took offense to it, and I think because he must know the guy that I blocked over the issue, because I put out a video with that someone named Deborah Cooper in it. She was talking about the males today, and I agreed with it. I think it's actually medicine. I think suddenly he might be bipolar, and suddenly just went crazy. Didn't take his meds, because I've always liked the guy. It was before he even donated shit to me. He seemed decent. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, a decent guy on the internet. Chris Storm says, not just black males, all males. Yes, it is occurring. They got to in my country, they got to the white males first. And they going for the last holdouts, which are the black males. In my country, white guys, you know, they speak like this, and they talk very, like many of them talk like they have no masculinity in their voices. So they've already, you know, got to that group, and they're going after the next group. This starts in the school system, though. They start by getting you to act like little girls in school. There are books written on this shit. But I'm a black male, and I see it happening to black people. And that was a subject. Black women's complaining about. Black women try to date these men, and the dudes end up being, you know, more emotional than bitches than they are. So I'm trying to get you young fellas to stay out of your emotions, man. Like as old school males learn to do. Now, I was an emotional kid. I was sensitive. And I learned it. If I can learn it, you can learn it. Christopher, damn, Truly Alpha is impersonating everybody today. Yep. Chris James, I hear a lot of high-pitched male voices these days. Creeps me out. Yeah. I hear not just the black community, but definitely, down the side community. It's think about it where I'm coming from, my generation. The only high voices we heard were in some of the songs back then, like Shy Lights. They've been got the Asians, yeah, the Japanese. Chinese are still hard, at least to my knowledge, and so are the Koreans. They got the Japanese because we dropped, or they, down the society people, no one black had anything to do with that, although there were blacks working on the atomic bomb experiment, but they decided to drop bombs on them. They didn't drop them on Germany, where they should have dropped the bomb too. Sorry, Germans, but you guys killed a lot of Americans. They just decided to drop it on the Asian race. Like, what the fuck? It takes me less than 5 seconds to block him. He says he wants to make me end this show. I'll end the show when I'm ready to end the show. Dom says, yeah, my brother didn't take his meds and went crazy. Yeah. Then to, lie. I never thought that he was capable of that. I thought he was a decent black dude. I thought he was decent. I didn't watch his videos, but I thought he was a cool guy. So I never really said anything in that derogatory to him. But I kept him at a distance, though. People that I talk shit to, that's because I like you. That's what we did in the old days. Black dudes, we stood around, we talked shit to each other, right? You brothers out there? I don't know what some of you guys experience these days, but that's my generation. So that's a sign that we actually like you. Like, I used to talk shit to Raul like crazy. And I taught him how to have banter. I would say something derogatory to him, like waterhead. And I built his English speaking skills with banter and stuff. Dominic Griffin says, when I was in the 2nd grade, we got in trouble for playing cops and robbers because we had pretend guns. Ooh. The guns these days look like guns. Guns of my days, big little plastic shits. Not even colored that way. They need to make the guns look pink, put them in pink colors or something like that, not make them so realistic. Because remember the black dude that got shot walking through Walmart with one of the Walmart's own pellet pistols. Chris James says, every woman I go out with tells me she hates the skinny jeans shit. I hate it too, man. That's because they're not into the femininity of it. And when it started coming out, I warned you guys that this is homosexuals putting the shit out there. And yet you guys still fell for it, you young fucks, still fell for it and started wearing skinny jeans. We were using hands as guns. Really? My parents bought us the Johnny Eagle rifle. And that thing shot these fake bullets out. They look like the M1s of that day. Let's see. Damn, these things look really complicated now. I almost forgot what they look like. But they shot out these fake long bullets. Just go search for Johnny Eagle. I actually, you guys can see it right now. I think these are supposed to be the fake bullets. Yeah, So it looked like a real, kind of like a knockoff of the rifles they used back then. But I don't see the brand that we had. It wasn't like that. That's totally fake. Also, when I was in, I think it was the 7th grade. I don't see what I had. It was kind of like this. No, because you had to pump it. It was more like this one. Yeah, you cocked it when you shot. And my parents trusted me not to shoot anybody with it, and I shot a kid in the face with it because he shot my friend's dog Rex. And without even thinking about it, if I could go back and stop myself from doing that, I just he shot the dog hollered. Without even thinking about it, shot him in the face. Because I would have avoided that. My dad had a Johnny Eagle. Yeah, I had one too. Yep, Dominique, these dudes really got pussified. And that's why you're here. That's why you're listening to me. I'm trying to show you the way back to a more masculine persona. Chriselle Storm says, sir, is it okay if I link some funny news that happened yesterday? Sure, if you can do it. I don't know if they allow linking in here. I think it won't work, but try it. It's a real video, real news, 4 minutes long. Oh, no. You guys got that fake news shit way out in Romania? That Trump shit? Fake news. Christopher Williams, yep, you're right, player. We as brothers will clown on each other, but it'll be just jokes, yeah. But now in today's world, these guys are so sensitive. Exactly. Sad to see how much faggot shit is going around. It is. Think about it from my point of view now. Done that. Dominic, how many channels does this guy have? He's creating them. I guess he saw how fast I could delete them. See, that's a sign of someone that lacks intelligence as well. If I can delete you in 5 seconds and it takes you 5 minutes to create it, where's the payoff? And look how we're still communicating. He hasn't disrupted anything. He comes in, makes his comments real quick, he's gone. And it has no effect on me. Has no effect on any of you guys. That's why I thought it wasn't really Jonathan. And he did try to say that coming in recently in his comments. Here's the Russian guy that's trolling. But I guess he's finally given up. Yeah. I didn't see this one. As I said, I watch Sin occasionally because I never finish her shows either. She goes into all that hatred of interest dating. I can't listen to that. What I told fellas I do is I go to her video and I actually go to she always links everything to the actual articles. And I go read those more than actually watch her. As I've said, your content was good until the heavy political stuff and bashing PUAs. Huh? Is he supporting PUAs? I didn't read this. Let's see. And bashing PUAs along with other users on YouTube. I like the information products you have, but what I watch shouldn't be a concern with you. Lastly, I've told you that is not me in the call you had with the video labeled "Life is Short." I wasn't even online. Now, this person isn't typing in all caps, so I can read what he says. I wasn't even online Saturday morning to the evening. Maybe it's Alan Riggs. or ample amount of trolls on your channel. You need to get rid of them because it's bad for your brand. Plus, I want to do some promotion for you site to Minds, but you're ruining it with your ego. What the fuck, man? Anyway, peace out. This is his third channel. Now, where is it? John Scan. Jonathan, when you watch this, Hardcore Tito, after a full year, you suddenly do that? See, I wanted to show you this so that you wouldn't go in a different direction. You said what I watched. No, it's suddenly you suddenly did that after you came in and tried to post his video on me that we had a beef about. Then suddenly you show up at his channel. What am I supposed to think with evidence like this? See, you got to learn to cover your tracks better than that, man. If you're on meds, you know, if you're bipolar, that's okay. I can understand it. But to continue doing this path, I can't understand it. Let me continue. But it sounds like he's calmed down. Okay. And well, fuck, man, I'm not BJXX. Someone told me you slick dissed me. That's why. Have you guys ever heard me say anything about Jonathan? I never bring the guy up except to read his comments. So if someone says something bad about you fellas, would you not say, show me? Wouldn't that be your normal response? Right? And this is the same channel. Hey, it's a black guy 3. Let's open this up. Let's go here and make sure it's him. He has videos in here. Yes, that's him. Okay, so it's not a fake channel. Well, too bad you don't like Asian, black women. Black women are made for black men. They got larger vaginas. So this is definitely him. What the fuck? I'm not BJXX. Someone told me you sick diss me. He's obviously an intelligent man. Wouldn't you guys ask, show me? And then he finally admits that's why I made that video with Muhammad Ali. So first he denied making the video and deleted the video off his channel. And then he goes, I come from the hood. So when men have a problem, you stand up for your shit. No, when men have a problem, they find out what's really going on. Women will believe someone and run like a female. I heard you said this about me without finding out the truth. So you're proving exactly what I'm talking about. The feminization of your generation. That's why I made that video. Let's go on, Jonathan. I know this is old for you fellas, but this is how you handle your business. You show the truth. And to continue, blame disoriented hobo, aka Alan Riggs. I use comma, know how to punctuate. It goes on to say I never posted his video at all. Here it is. This make sure he's a black guy. Let's check this to make sure it's him. Okay. You see that's really him. So he says he never posted a video, but he showed up on his account. And then he tried to link the video, and yeah, I don't know what to say, brother. I always tell the truth, fellas. I always tell the brutal truth, and it looks like our brother is misrepresenting himself. So I got to call you on that, Jonathan. Is what it looks like is that you regret doing that now, and I can understand that because I said, I'm sorry about that. Let me close my sliding glass door. And this is him again, obviously. This is him again. This is him on the flip side of it. I'm checking. This is him. Complain about the exact same shit? Yeah. So you're complaining about the exact same shit. Now, the guy on the call, I didn't check up on to make sure it was not you. And this person, Alan Riggs, was on the call. I'm so tired of YouTube, fellas. I just need a fucking break. Okay. Dudes want to fight after you clown them back. Yeah. They get emotional. In my day, the toy guns were black and chrome. Didn't even have the orange tip on the barrel. Look up Intertech. Oh, no, not here. Let's go here. How do you spell again? I think I remember those. My kids wanted some toys like that that look really real. And of course, they didn't get it. Oh, yeah. Looks like a real Uzi type thing. From a distance, it looks real. But were kids being shot in your time period? Or I should say, were black kids being shot in your time period? Okay. Speaking Japanese to me, huh? You're still out of here. At least his mom and dad taught him a little bit of Japanese. I haven't lived in Japan since I was, I came back going into just finished the sixth grade. So I came back going into seventh grade. So do the math. My Japanese is sporadic. He's trying to be someone else now and talk about his friend. So he said he can't link. Okay, Chris, got that. YouTube search, everybody who gassed up. DeRay Mackison, Donkey of the Day. Oh. I'm not a fan of this guy because of his name. Charlemagne the God. Black dudes and their overblown egos, that gets me. I posted a video in my shout box on my forum last night of some old black dude my age called himself a god with the smallest set of shoulders I've ever seen on a black male. And the dumbest, uh-oh, it's not going to link. Damn it. Okay. Was it this channel or my other channel? Let's just see. You guys get to see what I look at. I pulled that song up because I was making fun of Jovina's country songs, the way they sing. Like they make songs about their island. Peak is the most beautiful island. You know, corny shit. And she brought up that song. Okay, where is it? As I told you guys, you know, I watch stuff like this. I think this guy that I'm not going to watch him anymore because I think he's the one that I saw go out to the camp. He turned around and pissed in a cup, then turned around and drank it. I just discovered this, saw this guy, and in another video, I said, oh, that was a good video. But I think that's the same dude. It just was during the summertime. He didn't have his coat on. So let's see. Nope. Okay, let's go to my other channel that I asked you guys not to subscribe to. Also look up trailers. Van life, as I told you. There's one of hers. I went and looked at the articles instead. I think that's, yeah, it was on. Let me show you. Let me show you proof. There's a 3-hour video to Jonathan. It'll start. Have I looked at it? See? It should take up where the history took off at. I didn't watch it. I go down into her articles, see if she linked me, and she did. Okay? Now, where the fuck is this dude? Fuck. Oh, I must have watched it on... Okay. Beware of some of these teachers, these so-called teachers. They killed a black dude in a fucking wheelchair. Like, what the fuck? As you see, I'm also into black consciousness. I can't find it. Sorry. I don't know what channel I was on. Oh, never mind. Of course. No? Sorry, fellas, I can't find it. I hate those advertisers coming around trying to trick you guys into sign up for their Instagram accounts. Let's see, where was I? I was supposed to be pulling up that gun. I'll do that. Actually, I did pull up the gun, so I'm good. Let's see, Dominic. All right, you guys got to get back to work. The name of the video, got that. Abdul Dumbai. I feel a lot better not watching Tariq and Sin G all the time. Me too. Well, you don't see a lot of Tariq videos in my account. I was wondering what happened. Someone said his shit was banned, so I sought information. Try to limit yourself to Black consciousness stuff to 1 day out of the week. And I go there, if I'm looking for information. There was one incident with a kid with laser tag gun being shot. See, back then I didn't hear about that because there was no internet. Like I try to tell these young Thundercats, they're trying to argue with me. We didn't know about this shit. Chris Storm, the name of the video, Whoopi slams the Kiddison Clay Planet of Apes is racist. Oh, The View. I'll watch that when Jovina comes home because she watches the View religiously. So when she gets here, I'll take a look at it. Big Craig, this is Mackie, not Alpha. You're Alpha. I don't care. Actually, I don't care who the fuck you are. You bring up Alpha, you get banned. Okay? So if you bring up Alpha, you get banned. And he does not look up to me. You don't call someone, what do you say, fat? Block. Another one I'm going to block. Liberals are terrorists. Pass it on. That's like a Trump supporter type. Positive desire. That's not very positive. No time for bullshit. Both sides are fucking terrorists. Both sides are fucking racist. Damn, you're even a black man? That's somebody must be stealing this channel. I've seen this dude before. A black man? Seriously? Or biracial, light-skinned brother? Whatever you are. Fuck. Liberals are terrorists. Conservatives can be terrorists as well because on the conservative side, you have the racists there. And who's hanging your natural black ass from trees? Who wants to shoot you down the streets unarmed? That takes a lot of inhumanity to shoot an unarmed man and then try to lie about it. Do you think those cops that shoot down, like Sager, when he shot the brother in the back while he was running and then tried to plant a taser on him, do you think he was a liberal? How about the woman that shot the brother and said he was reaching into his SUV when the footage shows that the window was up? Do you think she was a liberal? Both sides. Don't fall for the okie doke. Neither side is going to represent you. Period. Because it's liberal types that actually are running YouTube here. Yeah. The types with the man bun haircuts and the beards. Yoga. They do yoga. Eat granola. And that's what I'm talking about. You guys got to wake up to the truth, especially if you're black in America. You got to wake up to the fucking truth. Don't fall for sides. If it's not the black side, don't jump into it for you brothers out there. Hate to put it like that, but that's just the honest truth of it. We get caught up in being Republicans and Democrats. All you guys are a bunch of dummies. I do believe in participating, but see, I don't believe in not voting. That was some shit put out by the so-called black consciousness. There I go again. I cannot say that word. Black consciousness leaders, which I disagreed with. And all because they wanted America to suffer the reign of Trump. They said, don't vote. Don't vote. All of them were saying that. From Tariq down to, or not down, but over across the board to Cynthia G. And I disagree with that because I've lived through more elections than all of you guys who are watching me. And that's what some young guys forget, that I've been through these elections. I survived Reaganism. I was 18 when Ronald Reagan got into office. And we called it Reaganism back then, or Reaganomics. I survived Reaganomics. Then the peanut farmer. The fuck? He's back. I don't ban everybody that disagrees with me. I ban people that come in trying to troll with these fake accounts. When you have your face up, and this brother Bub had his face up, but you come in trying to disrupt, you got to go. I don't remember what positives. Oh, he was saying liberals are terrorists, which is stupid. Both sides have done terroristic acts. And I don't have time for bullshit like that. Come in and have a conversation. Don't make some bold statement like that. We're trying to have a conversation here, fellas. Dom, I think a lot of these people have no souls. I'm of the belief that it's because of the Neanderthal DNA within our Dom Masadi folks. The amounts. No offense to anyone who's Caucasian here. But then we look at some of the evil things that black folks do, and that's occurring in Africa as well. And it's also occurring, you know, in the gangs. The thing about DNA is that it does something. It's not just sitting there, what they call junk DNA. It does something. Chris L. Storm, just remember, not all white men are racist. Of course I know that. You guys remember my best friend. I never had a black friend until I was 36. Don't let hate cloud your mind. We are not all racist. Most of us are these people. And I agree with that. Just like the Advised show. He just mentioned his last video. He's not going to say all white people are evil. He just showed a video. Where's the damn history at? I did watch it, I believe, on this channel. Yeah, the Advised show. Let's take a look at this.
So the Vallejo Police Department is caught.
That's 45 minutes from me.
Once again on tape, not only being brutal with pointing guns, but also calling black people N-words. Now, you had a man that saw all this going on and recorded it, and he had to say something because he couldn't stand watching the racism.
Was sitting in his Vallejo home near Sonoma Boulevard.
There you go.
When he heard a commotion.
He came out. That man came out, him and his wife. So these black conscious people say, oh, white folks are evil. I can't get on board with that shit. That's emotional. You got to take the emotion out of this shit. Stop reacting emotionally like females, man. What the fuck? And I'm siding with Chris here. I've known way too many really decent white folks. My boy Craig. No racial shit in him or his family, as I talked about. White folks in America, they always, you know, their friends always ask you, I heard black people, or they always got to bring up the fact that you're black. His family never did that. Not once have they ever mentioned black folks to me, ever. Only reason why we talk about my race to Craig was I'd bring something up. And we also joke with each other about shit. That's about it. So there are nice people of all nationalities out there. We just got to get rid of the evil ones, the bad ones. That's something I'm not going to allow into my personality, is that type of behavior. Chris James, I tried watching Cynthia G. She believes white people stole everything and did nothing on their own. Ridiculous. Every race has invented, created. I agree. I agree with you, Chris. I totally agree. A lot of vitriol. And it's gotten worse over time to where I can't really watch her videos. I'll watch a couple of minutes of it and I'll go get the article and check out the information. And obviously, I'm in an interracial relationship. She hates it. Her real issues have come out over time. Not putting her down. There are times when I can watch more of her stuff. Depends on my mood. And most of the time, I'm just not in the mood for it. As you saw with the video I showed you, I didn't really watch any of it. You didn't see her videos stacked up in my history. That's one bad thing in the Black consciousness community is, and I heard it from Native Americans, those people trying to say that the Blacks are saying that they're the Native Americans. I hate those people. I fucking hate those people. They're trolling my channel. You're taking away a whole group of people's history. And I fully believe that behind them is actually someone down the side trying to make, Black folks look stupid. Because what I'm talking about is the racial groups, they're organized out there. They have teachings on how to create a Black channel, fake Black channels and troll Black people. See, we're not organized. Oops, am I in the videos? Wow, I didn't realize there's a lot of videos. I'm trying to think of the search string that I pulled up, where I went to the site where they were teaching other people on that site how to troll social media and create fake Black accounts. They even taught them, what names to pick. So they're organized and they're not doing anything. They're not just sitting there being organized. They're out actively doing things. I can imagine what it's like being resentful. You have to make things up about your enemy. Agreed. Agreed. So some of them are doing it for views. I don't know about that. I only know of that the ones I've ran into, Chris, they are truly trying to spread false information and disrupt the Black community. Because I've seen their comments. I don't know if you've seen their comments and what they're doing. Abdul Dumbai, it really used to mess me up watching Cynthia G, because I have good friends who are white, and when I was at work, I met an older white couple who was really open. Yeah. She's become very, very toxic now. I couldn't blatantly hate them either. The time I was on a live chat and the old man came to my house and I asked him questions about his life because I'm truly interested. He was an older white guy. He lost his wife a little bit over a year and a half ago. And he's been, that's where the kitten that I raised, he goes over his backyard and that's where he plays. Because her brother's He has three black cats. One called Bobo. I took accused him. That's a racist fucking name, man. But anyway, called a black cat Bobo, but it's just animals. They used to be buddies. They would, trounce all over the neighborhood until my kitten got shot following Bobo. Then something happened where they don't like each other. And now he ran my cat away, so my cat won't spend time on the yard. He runs across the street behind this guy's house because he didn't cut his lawn. He's old. The lawn, the grass was like waist high. And cats love that shit. So he spends all his time over there. But you saw me ask him questions about his life. That's my point. I talk to the oldest white guys and learn their life story. I don't hate people that are decent. Now there's some old white guys I'll call the cracker word too because they're racist. I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm at the gym on Monday. This white guy came in, kind of doughy, short, looked like a cop, acted like a cop, didn't smile. I tried to, nod at him, smile to him. He ignored me. So they're doing some curls, 45-pound bar with 235s on it. He was struggling with it. So after he put it down, I walked over and picked it up and did 15 reps. Could have did more, but I just put it down to 15. He looked at that, walked away. He got a bar, came back and put a 5 and a 2.5 on the 45-pound bar. The owner came up, did 10 reps. He's on juice also. Or he's been cycling because he's got the big water muscle. Just looks big for no reason. We're the exact same height. And he's got bigger arms. But the juice arm, he came up and kicked and swung, did those high swing curls to the forehead, did 10 reps. I picked it up, did 15 again. Slammed that thing like a fucking piston. Contracted my biceps. Then I only did 10 on the last set. But I showed the guy up, and I made sure I mentioned I'm 58. Now that type, I don't get along with. If you're unfriendly to me, I'm the unfriendly to you. And in the gym, I'm gonna show you up. Yesterday, I'm at the gym. I think I mentioned yesterday. No, actually, you guys don't know about this. I thought he was a mulatto. No offense, Chris. But he ended up being an Arab. They have a lot of African in them because they had a slave trade, and they castrated the males, and they put the women in bordellos. So those women would have children. And those children grew up, and they assimilated into this culture. So that's why some of these that come over, they look like they're mixed. There was one guy that I used to be friends with, who was Arabic, that looked like Vin Diesel, just like him, except more African blood. Anyways, this guy, I asked to work in with him, the tricep machine. He had 60 pounds on it. He did 10 reps and he let it drop. I got up and did 30 reps. Sometimes I get an attitude. 30 reps, just slammed it down. I stopped at 30. That was my warm-up. Then I just realized, I shot my wad. So I got back. I did 20 after that. And then on my last set, I think I did 16. But yeah. He was a little bit, I thought he was unfriendly, but he actually ended up being decent afterwards, pleasant. That's why I did 30. And then he spoke to me after that, so I realized he was actually okay. Abdul, it really used to mess me up. Yeah. I couldn't blatantly hate them. I agree. Now, I remember I was raised in the military, and there was just black and white kids in my generation. When I came back to the States, same thing. It was just black and white. Imagine I'm in South Dakota, of all fucking places, Ellsworth Air Force Base, going to school off base. And my best friend at the time, he was half Native American, half Puerto Rican. And I'm in the 7th grade. He drove a Jeep. His dad had a Jeep. And his name was Charles Tarman. I don't know where the last name came from, but he said he was half Native American, half Puerto Rican. He shot a 30-06. We competed. We were the second best fighters in our school. There was some black kid that was huge, with this huge ass head. Like he was a retard, but except he wasn't. I'm sure when he played football, you couldn't find a helmet big enough for that head. His head was huge, and his body was huge. It was muscular. We never fought. He was already designated the best fighter in our school. And Charles and I, we fought one day. We did a wrestling match, and we tied. So we, slapped each other 5. We became friends. And he's my buddy. We would drive, we were in 7th grade, by the way. He could drive in 7th grade. Imagine how cool that is. You're in 7th grade and your best friend drives a Jeep stick shift. And he talked about, growing up, living in Puerto Rico a lot, which fascinated me. So let's get back to my comments here. Sorry, fellas. Speaking of hypertrophy, possible on very high reps. Yeah. Remember, you got different types of muscle fibers. You have fast twitch, medium twitch, and slow twitch. Guys who only do the heavy weights, they only are activating the fast twitch. You're missing the other 2 ones. Middle range, like 15 reps, that'll build those muscle fibers more after you exhaust the fast twitch. Slow twitch, like 25, try doing hundreds. I had my clients doing hundreds. That's where you get on the leg press machine, you set it at a moderate weight, and you crank out 100. You go do as many as you can. You keep going with much rest breaks till you get to 100. Make sure everyone's a failure. That's really high reps, but also done to failure. For upper body, actually, Chris, it is very valuable because you have those other two fibers. Okay, you don't want to just train heavies because you end up with just fast twitch fiber growth, which are the power muscles. But to be well-rounded, you want those other fibers to get into the mix. Thanks for the fitness question. One way to activate them is to do reverse pyramiding. You warm up, you do your, and do strip downs also, strip downs. You warm up, you take your heavy weight, you do as many as you can, you put it down, you grab that's why I like working dumbbells. I don't do the bar bench press anymore because you got to stand up and take the shit off or have spotters. Sit up, put those down, grab a lighter weight. For example, if you're doing 80 pounds and then incline bench, you do as many as you can, put it down, grab some 60s, do as many as you can, then put it down and grab something really ultra light, like 25 or 30, and do as many as you can. You will activate all 3 of the fibers if you train like that. So you'll get a bigger pump. You'll look far better than the guy that just does the 1 set to failure. I haven't gotten into super high intensity yet. I'm just on the high intensity level right now, but I'm growing. As you guys can see, I've been growing. I don't know if you can tell. If you go back to my other videos, you can see the shape of the arms and the pecs coming in. Chris says, now I'm doing 2 days of 10 to 15 and 1 day of 4 to 5s. My build can't handle too much heavy, I've learned. I have slim bones. Okay. I don't have thick bones either, medium. Abdul Dumbai, 3 days of weight training, 3 days of calisthenics. If you tend to be small and thin, and I'm not referring to you, Abdul, but guys who are small and thin, you want to cut back on the cardio days and increase. Well, you're doing 3 days weight training, so you're good there. So you want to allow your body to recover and repair itself and get bigger. Chris James, on a heavy day, I do 4 big exercises. Yeah, you're one of those compound movement dudes. Love it. Guys who do the basics like deadlifts, squats, bench, and bent over rows. Those should be the 4 basics. Sir, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what to do to speed up recovery after training? Yeah, as soon as you finish, the best thing you do is take your branched chain amino acids. Liquid form is good. In fact, a lot of people don't even take liquid aminos. That's a secret I learned a long time ago. In there is your branched chain amino acids, but they also give you the full spectrum of aminos. But those ones you want to get in there. You're a front squat man. That's respectable. That's what my son did. My son that was living in LA, that's a trainer also. That's what you do when you want to really increase your power of your thighs, or front squats. But they're hard to do. Overhead press. I forgot about overhead press. Power clean. Romanian deadlift. Gotcha. I'm old school. We did the back squat. That's the king of squats right there. Front squat targets the front thighs. Back squats hits the lower back, hits your buttocks, it hits your bone structure. I was just thinking back to when I had I bent the bar. I don't squat anymore, but I had so much weight on there. My 25-pound bar was bent. I had standard weights. So I was training women, so I had 50s, and the fucking bar bent. I take beta alanine and creatine every day. I don't take any of that stuff anymore. I tried creatine. I realized my strength was coming from the pill, and I stopped because I was holistic. I don't want to take a pill to get strong. How tall are you, Chris? He says I have long legs, short torso, because that's my exact build. Back squats aren't as good for me. Yeah, I knew that as well. My legs are too long, but I am going back to them on my next rotation. Good. It's good you do the rotation. Not many people are aware of rotation stuff. You train seasonal. For part of the season, you do like what he's doing, just these basic exercises. Another part you train for like more for refinement. Notice he's not doing any curls. He's actually doing powerlifting exercises. He's not even doing his back muscle, it looks like. Overhead press, front squat, power clean. That kind of works to last a little bit, to jerk up, because your entire body's involved in that. And it works your legs. Romanian deadlift I'm not familiar with. But I will be in a moment. Let's see if it's just an old exercise with a new name.
Let's suppose that you're writing a really important email to a colleague.
Hope you're getting paid well for this. Yep, over $1 million.
Or
Really?
on Facebook that all your friends will see.
Video for the Romanian deadlift, also known as an RDL.
Now he's a natural.
We're going to do this exercise. A lot of you guys are probably
He's flexing his stomach to make the muscles pop out. He's actually got a little bit of softness down here, but that's okay.
Romanian deadlift is you're working all your hip extensors, so your hamstrings and your glutes. Now, just to give you a lower, guys, you are going to have some back, knees are slightly bending. You're going to make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart, and your hands are going to sit on the.
White folks always have wheels, legs, and calves when they're working out. Come on, dude, man, what the fuck?
Feet, all those key points we just talked about.
I think I know what it is.
And I want you guys
Let me see if I'm right.
sitting your butt back and going down.
Yep.
Bending your knees. You really want to feel that stretch through your hamstrings when you're doing this. Okay? So sit that butt back as far as you can.
It's like a drag curl. You're doing a drag deadlift. You got to keep your back arched.
When I get too low,
Except his knees are bent.
you notice it starts with a flexion.
Yeah.
So right about there, my back starts to curve over.
He's holistic about it. I like that.
So that's what you don't want to do. So the point for me to go down is about midship, and that's where I can stay my.
And I forgot the name of these. I've done these before. I didn't like it bumping up against my knees though. I've got knobby knees.
Strongest and not wrist flexion. You also want to make sure that your shoulders don't start to droop either, because that's not good.
This is actually one of the correct ways to do deadlifts. The old-fashioned way was you roll your shoulders back. You're just trying to work your hamstrings, lower back, and buttocks, so it isolates more.
And what the drooping is, when you get down.
But you got to keep that back arched and your legs straight.
It's like a domino effect. Everything's gonna crumble.
Yeah, you don't break that line.
in mind. We're not going to use
I missed something there.
exercise.
So he's actually saying,
One trick that I like to do when I do my Romanian deadlifts is I actually like to deadlift the weight up into the starting position. If you have a rack, you can grab it off of, that's great. Weight up, make sure my shoulders are back, make sure my head is in the right position, and now I'm going to go into the RDL.
yep, that's what I did.
Really stick that butt back.
Except I don't remember the soft bend in the knees. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, but that back has to stay arched. And you keep it close to your body. Oh, he's getting a chubby. He should be wearing a cup when he does these fucking videos, man. It's gonna be on video. Okay. That's very similar to what I was doing in the past. Let me see if I can catch up real quick. Long leg, short torso, back squats, yes. Me too. I mostly do front squats, high reps, 20, 40 reps. That means you're working with lighter weight. If you want to build, you probably already have thighs and calves, but if you want to build size your thighs up, you got to work with heavier weights. Also, it improves your back squat. And that's what my son was saying about front squats, which I didn't know. I trained for bodybuilding, that's look and aesthetics, versus strength, powerlifters. My son was interning at the powerlifting gym at USC, where that guy Senna, John Senna, worked out. He was friends with the guy that ran the gym, or the teacher there. Let's see. Long legs. Lats get more workout on my high rep days. Pull down and one arm dumbbell rows. Don't forget chin ups now. If you want to be holistic. Romanian deadlift was invented, guess where? In Romania. Yes, Chris. You guys invented it. At one time, it was the Romanians. It was the Bulgarians who were coming up with all these new training techniques back in the 90s. Everybody, they trained the same muscle group. They worked out several times a day. And people thought that you would get injured. So I actually paid money for the Bulgarian system. And I realized, I can't train my clients like this. I don't have time to do this workout either. But I paid money for it. Chris, you bend your knees on Romanian straighter than stiff leg. Yeah, I saw that. Alan Riggs, my arms are gaining size, but I want more definition. You got to get leaner there, brother. What's that player want? Know what exercise to have more. If you do the higher reps, that will produce more so-called toning effect. But you got to diet down. Notice how my arms are just big? It's because I actually have fat on my arms. First time in my life, when I gain weight, I got fat on my arms now. That's never happened before. When I gained a little bit of weight in the past, it's just the gut. I'm the type that my natural bodybuilding or body type, if I didn't lift weights, would be broad shoulder, thin, but with a gut. You've seen skinny guys with a belly. That's where my fat goes. Very little on the legs, almost nothing on the calves, and past almost nothing on the arms. I think because I had gained so much weight, had nowhere else to go. Oh, fuck, it's 11 o'clock. Let's see, if we're going camping today, I got to start organizing stuff. I found that doing drag style curls is the best way to build your biceps up. If you're doing the old-fashioned curls where you curl up to your shoulders, you're going to eventually end up getting bicep tendinosynovitis. That's pain in the arm, basically. And that's because when you curl up to the shoulders, or even high curls where you curl up to the, let me get off this. for a minute. When you do your curls up to the, like that, that's called a high curl, okay? That works your front delts. If you pull your arms back and curl up to your nipple height, that'll work just your biceps. It takes the shoulders completely out of it. I went from 15 to 19 after I started doing that. Then 21. I measured recently and I was down to 19 because I've been losing weight. But hold on, I had a photo. I had 21 and a half lean arms before I started putting fat on them. I thought it was impossible to get 21s back in my days. You know, they said you couldn't naturally get 21-inch arms back then. I'll be happy they're getting more size. We're about definition at another time, though. Mix between a stiff leg deadlift and a front squat, Chris says. How's it the front squat added into it? I didn't see that. So if you have big defined arms, does that mean they're on steroids? No. Usually when they're just on the juice, the arms are just huge with no definition, like packed full of water, because that's what steroids actually does. It causes more water retention. Your strength does go up massively. It does make you stronger, but also you retain, the muscle will store more water in the cell. So that's why these guys who are in bodybuilding, they try to shred all the water out to get that shredded look. They have a lot of problems with that. That's why their faces get round. That's why when I'm on prednisone, which is a steroid for the immune system, my face gets really round. And my feet swell up for the first time. I never had that before. But I've never been on this drug so much in my life. It's only after I got sick I started eventually had to take that shit. It was after they discovered I also had pneumonia, because they tried everything else to figure out what's wrong with me. And I came back and I told myself, if I live through the weekend, I'll go to the doctor. So I'm the type that I refuse to go in. It takes a lot for me, like you heard me talk about, I'm going to emergency. It takes a lot for me to go in. I don't show it, but a lot of times, you know, I'm not sleeping at night because I'm having lung issues. And as I showed you, I sleep in that chair over there a lot of times. So I first went on prednisone when I was 52. Yeah, 52. Chris James, I saw this really built girl going into Walgreens on the weekend. Not huge and masculine, but you could tell she wasn't throwing up big weights. I saw the same thing at the hospital Monday, because I took Jovina to the hospital. And this girl, I could tell she was actually training for a competition. She was throwing around some serious weights. Shoulder caps, bam. You know how they get that big chest, that deep chest, and no boobs? Then the buns are bubble buns, little bubble buns, and tight thighs. She's wearing, of course, you know, workout gear. And of course, her skin looked bad from tanning too much. Chris Storm says, I know what you mean. I've met girls with sexy and crazy strong legs. I like big, strong legs. Chris James, I wonder if you have to be really yoked to attract fit girls. I'm built, but with clothes on, it's harder to tell because of my frame. Wouldn't hard. Just don't wear your shirts out like a lot of black guys do. Tuck them in. That'll show your they're looking at the V shape. And I wasn't yoked when I attracted fitness chicks. but I was in a position of power. I'm a trainer, and also I was an aerobic instructor, so I was in a position of power. That's how I got mine. I don't think it's because at one time, the little Susie chick, her and I were almost curling the same weight, and my shoulder press sucked. And I hate looking in the mirror when I did shoulder press because my shoulder caps didn't have them. It was embarrassing. My arms were 14, and she pumped. Hers were close to 13, because she was kind of stocky with these huge Irish calves. She was half Portuguese, half Irish. Chris Storm says, why? I guess he must be talking to Chris James. Anyways, I've got to get out of here, fellas. Determine if we're really going to go camping or not. I got to go out to the garage, and I don't think I didn't replace our queen size cot, and I think there was some issues with it, so I got to go check it out. Also, I bought a couple of new queen size air mattresses, but I hate air mattresses. In my weight, when I lay on them, I'm smashed in, and because of my weight, it goes like a V. Jovina rolls in. I'm in the center. The mattress way up here, practically. Well, actually, it's just a little bit higher, but it's feel like it's way up there. I'm looking over the edge of the damn thing. It just gets uncomfortable. You ever thought about losing weight? I'm trying to lose weight now. I am losing weight now. I started my program last Monday. Yeah, it was last Monday, and I lost 4 pounds by Saturday morning. I lost 2 more so far this week. So we'll see what I weigh in on Saturday morning. But I've got a long ways to go to get back to the perfection that I used to be. And I'm gone, fellas. You guys have a good day. If I don't see you this weekend, well, I'll be back Saturday. I'm only going for a day just to break Jovina back into camping. She hasn't been camping in 3 years now. I went camping last year by myself. Peace.